afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Sorry, I got to get myself ready. Should have did this before I clicked go live. I did all this stretching and all that kind of stuff, wiping my eyes. My eyelashes get stuck together. They just tangle up with one another. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you until, what is it, 3 o'clock? So probably till about 5 o'clock. I'm with you probably till about 5 o'clock today. Not 100% sure. I got some plans for when the show is over. But we'll see what happens. As usual, come on in and say hello to me. I see where, yesterday at some point, Carrie Nash said, "What's up? What's up, Carrie? Haven't seen or talked to you in years." Man, I'm excited that you found the show and reached out. So yeah, what's up? For everybody, good afternoon to you. We got Anthony Prosser in the house. Good afternoon. And he says, "Hey, little baby." She ain't paying no attention. She got the phone. She watching something on YouTube. And it's not this show. See, I just put her on Twitch or Twitter and make her watch me on Twitter. Then at least I'll have a viewer on Twitter. I really do have to go to Twitter and see, because I'm certain that I probably have it as a private broadcast on there. Because I think I got like 12 followers on Twitter. I think I got like 12. Brandy, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Brandy. Erica, good afternoon. Checking in from Reading in the house. David, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Checking in from the universe. That's always a good place to be, somewhere in the universe. Cleopatra. She says, "Hey, everyone." Hey, Cleopatra. Lady K in the house. Good afternoon. We got Nikki in the house. Good afternoon. Got her watching First Amendment audits. She watches them from time to time. I don't think she understands exactly what she's watching. So why are they screaming? It's hard to explain. We got Carolyn. Good afternoon. She says from East Walnut Hills. For a minute, I was about to say Earth, Wind, and Fire, but EWH is not Earth, Wind, and Fire. Got Brenda in the house. Good afternoon, Brenda. Checking us out from Fairfield, and Andrea checking us out from downtown today. All right. Nikki says, "We haven't watched an audit in a while." It's only been like a week. We didn't watch one this Friday, but we watched one the Friday before. I saw EW, and for whatever reason, my brain automatically put the F there. Carolyn saying hi to the little baby. Wave at the people, just real quick. Wave. She's not gonna wave. But good afternoon. As people come in, if this is your first time watching the show, I normally start the show off rambling like about nothing and saying hi to the people as they come in and say hi to me, because that's really all I ask. Come in and say hi to me, and then we get into the show. Tell me where you're checking the show out from. Let me see. Today is another one of those days. Look. This is just the norm. Like, I watch the news and nothing really catches my attention. I'm like, that's something we really need to talk about. And I don't know why. I think sometimes I'm like, I watched it on the news. They watched it on the news. We all caught up. Something might catch my attention. Don't be trying to hide it. I saw I got a message. Was it? Let me see. You don't try to hide it.
I sent something.
You what?
I sent something to her and she said cute dog.
Oh, okay. I thought you was trying to hide my messages. We was about to have a problem. What was I going to do? No, what was I going to do?
I don't know.
You know.
No.
What was I going to do?
Okay, she said that.
I see. I don't need to see it. It's for you. But what was going to happen if you was hiding my message? That's right.
I already know that.
That's right. I was going to choke you. She know. Don't make me choke you. As a general rule, don't get choked. And you control whether or not you get choked.
You know why I sent it to her?
No.
So she could get that kind of dog because she said she wanted a dog.
No, you don't. Y'all don't need no dog.
So she's going to get one.
No, she's not. I'll have a discussion with her about that. Y'all don't need no dog.
She said something to you.
She said something to me.
Yes. This
Tell grandfather don't be choking my baby.
one.
He had nothing.
You're not going to do that.
Yes, I will.
No, you're not.
Uh-huh.
No.
Let me see what else. What else we got? There was something that I wanted to talk about just because of how foolish it is. And again, it's foolish, but I kind of agree, but it's foolish, and so I don't agree. I know that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Like either it's foolish and you agree or not. Preston says live from Avondale. All right. Preston in the house. I'm sorry, Dwayne. Good afternoon from Mount Airy. She was distracting me. She was distracting me. We got North Avondale checking in. Anthony say Blade let him borrow his condo in Indiana. Terry downtown checking in. Leave her alone. If I left her alone, she would be so bored. And I will punch her in the throat every once in a while. It's healthy. It's healthy. Help build up the neck muscles. Columbia Township in the house. Tria. Good afternoon, Tria. Good afternoon. Let's see. Breenie in the house from Kentucky. All right. Checking in from Kentucky. Jeannie in the house. Checking us out. I did not have an opportunity to check out Wyatt. I don't know what he talked about. But we touched base real quick yesterday. Like super quick. The fastest conversation we've ever had. I believe, like ever. We touched bases real quick and we talked about the King and I. We got to get together and do that. So it'll happen soon, I believe. It'll happen soon. Now, this story that I wanted to just kind of bring up. I just wanted to bring it up. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Can I put this up on the screen? I think I can put this up on the screen. Hold on, let's remove that. And if we go here, yeah. All right. Ohio House of Representatives introduced law to ban drag shows outside adult entertainment establishments. 2 Republican lawmakers have introduced legislation that would ban drag performers from working in public with children. Hold on, this is by Morgan Trow. This is on, of course, WCPO.com. They're going to ban drag performers from working in public with children or teens and anywhere that isn't designated as an adult entertainment facility. Hold on, let me get rid of this. I hate all these commercials that pop up. House Bill 245 prohibits adult cabaret performances in locations other than adult cabarets. And as to the definition of adult cabaret performances, performers or entertainers who exhibit a gender identity that is different from the performers or entertainers' gender assigned at birth. This means that drag queens and kings can only perform at places like an adult cabaret or adult theater or a sexual establishment. It was introduced by Representatives Angie King, Josh Williams, and is co-sponsored by 41 other Republican House members. Hold on a second. Let's put up the chat overlay so you guys can see what's going on. So how do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? Are we okay? Let's pass a law that says you can only perform as a drag performer if you are in an adult cabaret. Y'all know that might mean if Tyler Perry comes back as Medea, he can't perform at the Aronoff or wherever he goes. Y'all know that, right? Because he's a drag. Would he be a drag queen? That's him not performing as his gender identity, and young people can go to those shows. There's no age limit when a Tyler Perry comes in and performs as Medea. Y'all know that, right? So are we still okay with it? Y'all know if there is a play where, someone cross dresses or whatever, that might become illegal in Ohio. Like, say you go to the Playhouse in the Park and there's a portion of the play where, a male dresses as a female. That's not their gender identity at birth. So that would mean they wouldn't be able to do that. I believe that's what that would mean. Martin can't do Shanae in Cincinnati or in Ohio. Jamie Foxx, or was it Martin was doing, I don't remember. They was all cross-dressing. They won't be able to do that. See, look, I have a problem with the drag people dressing in drag and talking to the kids. I do have an issue with that. Reading to the kids, I do have an issue with that. Again, only because why? Like, why is it necessary? If you want to read the kids, just go read the kids. Why do you have to dress up in drag? Hold on, let me show y'all the picture associated with this. Hold on. Stop. Why are the ads popping up? That's why I don't be going to y'all sites. This picture right here. Why? Explain that to somebody. Please explain to me why. If you want to read to kids, why can't you just, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Do I think it should be some sort of law passed with regard to stopping it? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I don't know that it rises to that level, okay? I don't know that it rises to that level. Anthony says, why aren't people asking why they are wasting time on this and not fixing the crime in the streets or our schools? They're totally separate. They're separate issues. This is something that they might actually be able to do something about. The crime in the streets is not anything that they can actually do something about. Realistically, it's not something that they can actually do something about. And the schools, okay, they could be fixing the schools, but it's not like you can only do one thing. And I get what you're saying, Anthony, but you can put forth a motion to create or change a law and work on fixing the schools all at the same time. So it's not an either or. Like, why are they doing this instead of fixing that? It's like they're doing this, but they should be doing that as well. Now, I don't necessarily think that they should be doing this. I don't necessarily think they should be doing this. I, I, I don't I don't like it. I don't being the drag people. I don't I'm still struggling with what to call people. I don't want to be offensive, but I don't want to twist myself in the pretzels trying to not be offensive and, saying the simple stuff. So if you cross dressing, I don't understand why you want to go read the kids cross dressing. But I don't know that it rises to the level of we need some new state law to make this some sort of a felony. And yeah, they're making it a felony. Like for real. They're making it a felony. Hold on, let me if I can get to that point. Uh okay, here we go. People found guilty of performing in the presence of someone under 18 would get a misdemeanor in the first degree. If the performance involved is obscene, a violation is a felony of the fifth degree. It is unclear, of course, what this means since all drag performing would be considered obscene under the proposed law. If someone present at the drag performance is under 13, the performer would get a felony of the fourth degree under the proposed law. That's too far to me. That's too far. Say we don't like it, which is, what I'm saying. And, maybe, I don't know. I don't even know how they end up going to the schools to read to the kids. But just say we don't like it. Just say we don't like it. We don't need no new law giving people felonies for reading the kids. Yeah, to me it's creepy. To me it's freaky. But I don't want nobody to go to jail for it. I don't want nobody to get a record for it. Come on. It's too much. Anthony says that he just brought up for the people blaming the Democrats for not doing anything. I think we moved on from that conversation. At least I hope we have. I hope we have. Carolyn says such a waste of time and taxpayer dollars. I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a waste of taxpayer dollars, I don't think. I don't know how much money you spend, drafting a bill. But almost all the resources with regard to it would be there anyway. Is there anybody in favor of passing such a law? Hold on, let me ask you this. Because, a wide variety of people kind of watch this show. A wide variety of people watch this show. A lot of different thoughts and a lot of different opinions. And I'm open to listening to any of them. Is it anybody out there watching right now who are like, no, I kind of like the drags, the drag people going and reading to the kids. I like the idea of it. Is there anybody who feels that way? Any? And now I'm not going to say that you're a bad person, but I do want to understand the reason behind it. If you are one of the drag people and you like, we should be reading to the kids, please call in and explain to me why. Why? I'm open to hear it, even though I don't know that you'll change my mind, but it'll be a different perspective. But is there anybody on here who's like, I'm in favor of that? Anybody? Show of hands. Show of hands. Y'all know how to use emojis. Just use the emoji and put up a hand if you are in favor of it. I'll give it about 20 seconds and then I'll assume nobody's in favor of it. So if you are in favor of it, put a hand up. All right, nobody. Okay, cool. Anybody in favor of them passing that law, though? So I get it. We not in favor of the drag people reading to the kids. Is there anybody in favor of this law? Anybody? Anthony says, man, I got kids from age 39 down to 15. Damn. Ain't none of have seen LGBT people and turn gay. Leave them people the hell alone. It's not about whether or not it turned them gay. And it's really not. Do I even want to really explore this? I'm not sure that I do. I'm not sure that today that's what I want to explore. I'm not sure that that's what I want to explore today. Jason says, I'm in favor of the law. Jason, can you explain to me why? Why? Why are you in favor of the law? Why are you in favor of a law that says you can't dress as the opposite gender and perform if there are young people around? Why? You know, that daggone Boy George would have been in a hell of a lot of trouble. He would have never been able to do a concert. It was Boy George, wasn't it? The Culture Club. I get him. No, George Michael was a different gay dude. Boy George was Culture Club. Boy George was a dude that dressed up as a woman and performed popular music, and a lot of young people enjoyed that music. If this law would have been in effect and he would have done a concert in Cincinnati and someone under 13 went to that concert, he would have been, well, that would have been a 4th degree felony. That would have been a 4th degree felony. See, and that's why, to me, it's not reasonable. It's not reasonable. Diane says, love me some Boy George back in the day. I didn't love Boy George. I thought Boy George was extremely strange and creepy. And that was that, though. And I was in high school. Was I like in the 9th grade when that song, the Karma Chameleon, came out? I don't know what grade I was in. I might have been in the 12th grade. I'm not sure. Either way, no, if I'm already sure about who I am, seeing somebody dressed in another as a different gender is not gonna change me. I don't agree though with this law. I don't agree with this law. And somebody said it won't pass. I believe it won't pass. Even though it's got a lot of support. And Republicans could pass this law. Republicans alone could pass this law. It's co-sponsored by 41 House Republicans. So it could pass. It could pass. I don't think it will. But I try to gauge how we feel and think as a community about things. Because again, while we're almost unanimously against it, we're almost unanimously against what's happening. I don't know that any of us are like, make it against the law. But somebody asked me something. There was a comment. Let me get that out of there. Uh, Andrea. Andrea says, my question is, when the person was invited to read to the kids, was it when they were dressed in drag? Were they asked to come that way? I think, and I'm just saying I think. I'm I'm kind of speculating, right? So I don't, because I don't run in drag people circles, so I don't know. Is Marcus out there? Maybe Marcus can tell us what's actually going on. I don't run in drag people circles. My guess is there are organizations that are indeed pushing an agenda. I think you kind of have to be pushing an agenda to say to a drag person, hey, come and read to this. I got this group of kids I want you to come in and read to. You're a man, dress up as a woman, and come and read a book to some kids. You gotta kind of be pushing an agenda, right? That's not something that you normally would just ask someone to do just out of nowhere. So I think there are groups who invite these people to come and do things. There are groups of people who invite people to come and do things, and they know what they're doing. It's not like, what I'm saying, they go to the church and say, hey, can some of your people come and volunteer and read to our children? And then they just all show up in drag. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that this was what was it. No, they know. They know when they do the invite. They know what they're doing. They have an agenda. They have an agenda. So, okay. All right. Preston says, I'd hold the school board responsible for that one. Or should I say the principal of that building? A lot of times, well, I won't say a lot of times, the times that I've seen it reported, they were meeting at libraries. So it's not even necessarily a sanctioned school function. It's some group. I guess they watch children, or they get maybe some literacy group, and they get kids together and they take them to the library and they invite people to come and read to them. So we're gonna invite a police guy, a police officer to come and read, and they come in their uniform and they read a book. Well, we're gonna invite a fire person to come and read. They come in their uniform, they read a book. We're gonna invite, I don't know, just different people. And at some point, somebody said, let's invite a drag person. You mean to tell me you haven't had any drag queens over your house for dinner? Not to my knowledge. I don't know and it's not, people gonna be mad. And if my characterization is wrong, then I don't know. There's some ignorance here. But if some of my gay friends dress in drag, I'm not aware of it. I'm not aware of it. Definitely if some of my straight friends dress in drag, I'm because they do tell me you don't have to be gay to be a drag person. You could be a perfectly straight heterosexual man or woman, usually man, and be running around dressed up as a woman. That's what they tell me. It doesn't sound all that reasonable to me. No, they just really like dressing up in women's clothing. That don't sound reasonable or normal to me. But I'm not saying that it's wrong because I don't know. And I genuinely don't know, or at least, again, to my knowledge, I don't know that I know any drag people. If it's just on the surface, really ain't nothing wrong with it. Really ain't nothing wrong with it on the surface. Now, no, what do you mean, man? You ain't nothing wrong with it. You just said, I'm saying, all right, I got on a t-shirt and some jeans. if I change the cut of this shirt so that it's a scoop neck. I know some of the stuff because I be ordering t-shirts now for women. So if I get a scoop neck, I'm still not 100% good on this. If I get a scoop neck shirt instead of this shirt and maybe some women fitted pants and put on a wig, who am I hurting? Like, what's the difference? I still a t-shirt. It's still some jeans. I got a different hairstyle. Who am I hurting? But it's a little bit more than that. It's a little bit more than that. You have some folks following you that would love to see you like that. Sadly, that's true. It's true. Don't get me started, Tria. See, Tria, you're trying to start something. I'm not even trying to get started. But what you say is true. And it's sad and it's makes me feel uneasy. So I don't even really want to think about it. I'm just saying it on the surface. What do you think about clothing? It's really just it's fabric draped over you, kind of cut and sewed up in a certain way. But it's just fabric. But I really genuinely don't understand. Look, okay, even if you just love dressing up as a woman, how are you combining that with kids? How are you combining that with children? I don't understand. I don't understand. Janice says, I do ponder the rationale for introducing our young children to cross dressers slash drag queens. Why would that be the normal way for our children to be taught to understand differences? Hmm. I don't know. Anthony, stop. Why y'all trying to start some stuff? Stop. Just stop. But that's that. I don't think it'll pass. At least I hope it won't pass. It sounds silly. But one of these days we will get into, because I say they have an agenda, and they do. There is definitely an agenda. That's not something that you do without an agenda. That's not something that you do without an agenda. The agenda may not even be nefarious, but there is an agenda. There is an agenda. I also want to know, it's the week of the Cincinnati Music Festival. It's the week of the Cincinnati Music Festival. If you were thinking a few weeks ago when Taylor Swift was here and it was wall to wall Taylor Swift coverage for like the entire week, that was going to happen this week, you fooled yourself. You fooled yourself. That's not going to happen this week. It's not. You'll get a little more coverage than, maybe normal, because they'll be trying to make it seem like, oh, we did go all out for her and we don't want to, because we know it's Cincinnati and so people will be accusing us of racism and all that kind of stuff. So we don't want to do that. So give them a little bit more coverage. But it ain't going to be wall to wall coverage of Cincinnati Music Festival. And I'm okay with that. It don't have to be. It don't have to. It shouldn't have happened for Taylor Swift. But my question about this is not necessarily about the coverage, the news coverage. I want to know, how do we feel about the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame? I'm doing a check of me to see how far do I want to go with it. I'm checking myself. As I do that check, let me read this. It's not apples to apples. You would have to compare it to how it was when Beyonce came. Well, I'm not comparing it really at all. That was my point. It's not going to be the same. But they didn't do it the same way when Beyonce came either. I remember when Beyonce came a few years ago. That type of coverage was not the same coverage. It wasn't. Um, but okay. Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. I can appreciate what it's supposed to be. And who knows, maybe at some point it'll become something huge. But for right now, I'll be honest, I'm not all that excited about it. I'm not all that excited about it. It seemed like just an all right thing. It seemed like, I mean, I don't want to, totally, because it seemed like it's an all right thing. I think, of course, people oversell it. People oversell it, but that's what they're supposed to do. People coming from all over the world just to see this. I would imagine if you go to Japan right now and you ask some Japanese dude who even hardcore into music, into black music, even into black music that originated in Cincinnati, the Japanese dude gonna be like, what? I never heard of it. I'm probably not gonna take a special trip to Cincinnati to see the Black Cincinnati Music Walk of Fame. So I think it gets oversold a little bit. But again, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Anthony says it's an infant now. He is just crawling. Like you said, hopefully it will grow into something tremendous. Hopefully. Hopefully. But people keep asking me. I mean, there is some excitement surrounding it. There is some excitement surrounding it. And I think some of it is, I run in some musical circles, right? I run in some musical circles. And in certain musical circles, people keep asking, are you going to the Cincinnati music thing? And I'd be like, nah. Like, really? You're not going? Nah. You going? Oh, yeah. Well, I hope you have a good time. So there is some excitement for it from a certain segment of, the community. I guess I'm not one of those. But look, I wish it success. I hope it like turns into something tremendous and amazing, and that people do come from around the world to see it. I'll be honest, I think it limits itself to its worldwide appeal because it's the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. I think that limits some of its worldwide appeal. But I hope it's successful. I'm just always curious. Are you excited about it? Are you excited about? I'm not thinking about the money spent. And I don't. I was about to say people waste money on all kind of stuff. I'm not saying it's a waste of money. I'm saying that to say people waste money on stuff, and so for something that is specifically for black music originating from Cincinnati or with some Cincinnati connection. Good. Get that money. Get that money and celebrate black music in Cincinnati. I'm for that. I'm for that. Yeah, I'm for it. Sierra says, I think it should be broadened to at least the Ohio Walk of Fame. Sierra, do you spend much time in Ohio, in maybe the Cincinnati area? Or are you just Boston based and somehow fell into Cincinnati talk radio? Just I'm curious. Because I want to know, of course, the reason why I'm asking is because if you're from Boston, do you hear people in Boston talking about it? I know that seems silly to ask. I know it seems silly to ask, but they do keep saying people gonna be coming from all over the world. I'm like, really? I saw a post yesterday from Channel 5 about it. And of course, all the racists wanted to know why just the black music and blaming folks for keeping division and the races going on. Uh, Carolyn says, what's my thoughts on a 29-year-old sister who's been detained in Dubai for 2 months now for screaming at the male rental truck customer service rep for not giving her all her items? I heard somebody talk about that story, but I haven't seen the story. I'm pleading ignorance. I'm not following that story. I hadn't seen that story. All I would really say about it, which is nowhere near a new take on anything, you go to a different country. They got different rules. They got different laws. You should familiarize yourself with some of those laws and be on your best behavior, right? Look, we know here in America, which a lot of people tout this is the greatest country on earth and blah, blah, blah. You can be following the law. We've seen people get arrested for doing things that were not against the law. They get arrested, they have to go through the process, hopefully get their charges dropped. But we've seen people get arrested, charged, and convicted of things that they did that weren't actually crimes. I mean, I based on everything I've heard about Judge Tracy Hunter, she didn't commit a crime, but she was convicted. Even the thing that she was convicted of, they never proved that she actually did it. Remember, I think it's more proof that she didn't do it than that she did it. So sometimes just rubbing people the wrong way will get you in trouble. We know this. So if you are in another country, be on your best behavior, like your best behavior, because you're from out. And if you think about this, think of how people in America feel about foreigners. There's probably a lot of people in a lot of other countries that feel that same way about foreigners. And if you're an American going to another country, you become the foreigner. And especially an American, my understanding of people, people I talk to who have been to other countries is there are people around the world who don't like Americans because you're Americans. And there's a certain attitude that they perceive that goes with being an American. So you can't be anywhere else in any other country as an American, especially as a black American. Black people ain't like loved all around the world except for here in America. Racism is worldwide. So you a black American and you're doing something that just when you go somewhere. And I'm not saying, because again, I don't know the story. I'm not saying that the woman did anything illegal. But when you go outside of this country, act right. Act, yes, AKK. Act right. You know what I mean. because you'll get in trouble. So I don't know the details. I'll read up on it. But when you go out of the country, when you go, hey, you go to the Bahamas, act right, act right. I think I told y'all this before. I was on a cruise. We stopped in the Bahamas, not Jamaica. We stopped in the Bahamas. Somebody bought some weed, brought the weed on, and tried to take the weed home, and they got in all kind of trouble. We had to wait. They had to come and get the person off the ship, and of course, I wasn't down there. I don't know exactly what was going on, but they did make the announcement. Well, did they make an announcement? I think they made an announcement. Otherwise, how would I know? And the police came and got the dude. The Bahamian police got the dude off the ship. Act right. Oh, but it's not fair. If she didn't break a law, okay. Maybe what happened with Brittany Griner wasn't fair either, but did you not learn anything? Did you learn nothing? And Preston makes a good point. Preston says not only Americans, but they forbid women to do just about anything over there. I'm not sure how true that part is, but there are, based on my understanding, restrictions on women that are not necessarily on men. So then, yeah, you add that to the list. You're an American. You're a black person. You're a woman. You're just a general foreigner. Act right. Act right. But they got Brittany Grinder out, E-Man. There's no D. It's Griner. Griner. Not grinder. I don't know what that means. Not grinder. Griner. No D. And I don't know why that bothers me so much. I keep hearing people say it and write it. Griner. No D. Did a young white kid get caned in the Philippines in a public square? I do vaguely remember hearing a story. I'm not sure if it was the Philippines, but there was a white person who had violated some law in some other country, and caning was the one of the punishments that they used in that country. I mean, it may have been the Philippines. You may be 100% correct. I can't co-sign it because I don't remember. But caning was one of the punishments, and there was this big deal about should the US let this person get caned. I believe it was a young person, like 16, 17 years old or something like that. I don't remember if they stole something or whatever. It was a while ago. It was over 10 years ago. But there was this, or at least it feels like it was over 10 years ago. There was this big deal about it. And I remember at the time I was thinking, you just got to take that ass whooping. You in another country. They gonna publicly beat your ass. Hopefully you learn your lesson. Hopefully you learn your lesson. It was I just crying, it's how we used to do it when we was little. And we used to make the sound. Ah, oh, we thought we was getting it too. We thought we was getting it. We wasn't doing nothing, but we thought we was getting it. To be behind a tree. No, and I'm not even gonna get distracted and caught off guard by that. Um, some folks don't even check the laws when traveling here in the United States. They load up the trunk of the car with the liquor bottles and head down south. They don't realize several counties are dry counties and you can't drink down there. Uh, Hold on, I got to read the rest of it. Know the laws when traveling. I'm gonna be honest, I'm guilty of that, not the bottles of alcohol thing, but I don't normally go checking laws when I go travel. I don't normally go checking the laws. I just kind of function under the premise that I'm gonna do everything, or at least I'm not doing anything wrong, and I'm not gonna do anything to draw any attention. So when I hop on a plane and go to Phoenix or Nevada or Texas or wherever, I don't do a whole, oh, let me check the laws of Arizona and the laws, ordinances in Phoenix and the surrounding areas. I don't do all of that. So, but at the same time, I'm not carrying no firearms. If I think if I were going to carry a firearm, I would want to know what is the law as it pertains to this. If I were going to carry, any sort of contraband, what is the, then a lot of people won't look at liquor and say that's contraband, but I think I would want to know what's the law with regard to that. But I mean, it's the United States of America. To a large degree, the laws in at least the lower 48, they all kind of work together. Like again, if you just act like you got some sense, there's a good chance you probably you're not going to break any laws, and there's a good chance that if you do, they're going to be so minor that nobody's going to pay any attention. There's a really good chance that that's the case if you just acting like you got sense. If you go somewhere and you getting buck wild, all right, you might be in some trouble. You needed to check the law, so you got to know what you going for and what you planning on doing. But that's different than leaving the country. Jason says you can drink in a dry county. You can't sell drinks in a dry county. I don't do either. So I never really even had to consider that. And I do want to know, with it being festival week, because I saw somebody say it on here earlier, I might have outgrown the festival. I might have outgrown the festival. Or I don't know. I don't know. I had no desire to go. I don't really have an issue with crowds. Not a huge fan of crowds. People don't move the way they're supposed to move in crowds. You be walking and somebody just stop, just dead stop. That irritates me. Like, move over to the side if you're just gonna dead stop. You see it's a whole line of people walking behind you trying to get somewhere. You just dead stop. And everybody got a dead stop. And they just move over to the side. People don't do that. People don't do that. So, but it's not even a crowd thing. And it's not even necessarily a music thing. Like, I was looking at the lineup and I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Babyface again. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? He don't have the most exciting show in the world, but it's Babyface. He got all them songs that he done wrote and produced. And I like Babyface music for the most part. Like, okay, I would, I wouldn't mind seeing Babyface. Is Jodeci? I don't know that I want to see Jodeci. We've already had the conversation about Jodeci. For all I know, they might throw down, but whatever. But Jill Scott, I definitely wouldn't be around to see Snoop. I might check out a little bit of Al Green. Maybe a little bit. Sometimes them older artists will shock you because you like, I'm not all that familiar with their songs and all of that kind of stuff. And then they get up there and their arrangements are tight because they got a live band playing live music with nice live arrangements, background vocals, and and you're like, man, the show was tight. Like, I was not a Tina Marie fan. I was not a Tina. Like, I don't hate Tina Marie, but I was never. Her voice never really did anything for me. And I was Tina Marie. And then I saw Tina Marie, and I was like, Tina Marie was good because it was a live band and it was a nice live arrangement, and she performed. You know what I'm saying? And even the songs that I always listened to, where I was always like, it's all right song. It's all right song. I was like, okay, I like that. I like what they doing. And even the few songs that I was like, okay, I don't know that. I've never heard that. She did it and it was interesting. So you never know. You never know. Al Green might come out and you'll be like, Al Green killed it. Al Green killed it. So I would check him out. But I just don't have a desire. I just don't have a desire to go down there. So I saw somebody ask, when's the last time I went to the festival? I'm trying to think. Was it the year that Usher was there? I think it was the year that Usher was there. Usher made me mad because he called my woman up on the stage. He was grinding. No, I'm just playing. He made me mad because he had a whole show planned. I only know this because a friend of mine who's a drummer was friends with his drummer. And he had a whole show planned, a live band coming, the whole nine. And then kind of at the last minute, he nixed the band. He told them, no, y'all not doing Cincinnati. And so I knew it wouldn't be a band before he got there because, my dude had told me, like, no, man, my boy called me and he said, he told them they wasn't doing Cincinnati. He had a DJ and he did tracks and it wasn't good. It was not good. It just wasn't. It wasn't good. It would have been, it wasn't what's happening in Vegas now. If he would have did that, a portion of that, a little bit of that here in Cincinnati, it would have been good. He didn't do none of that in Cincinnati. I think that was the last time that I went. I always said Santangelo should require them to bring a live band. Should explain to them the crowd and this particular festival. This is a live band festival. We want you to come, but you need to bring a band. So the price gonna go up a little bit. I'll pay a little bit more in terms of price in order to get you here with a live band performing your songs. It should be a requirement. It should be a requirement for the festival, but it's not. And I don't know that it can be, but I think it should be. But I think I've just outgrown it. I don't know if it's the artists that he have coming, if it's how kind of disassociated I am from the music. I'm not sure. I got a call coming in. Fame. I'm sorry. Are you still Beowulf?
This is Michael Snackson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael
who? Snackson.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Maybe I need to get to another. Maybe I need to get to another spot. Hold on, is this better?
No, I can hear you. It just sounds like you rubbing all up on the phone.
Oh no, this your brother Michael Snackson. Somebody. It's funny that you asked me that because somebody yesterday put in the comments like, "Yeah, these people with these multiple aliases, do they expect us to take them serious?" I don't give a damn if you take me serious because I don't take you serious, bro. If you got to answer a question like that, what the hell would I take you serious for?
All
But I
right.
digress. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying. All right. I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, dude's a clown. The key thing that you talked about that girl getting caught up in Dubai is when you broke down all the factors. You're an American. You're a woman. You're a Black American, and you broke all that down. All that tells you to sit your ass down over them people's country. Do your business and get out of there. If you have to go. If you don't have to go, don't. Let me tell you a story. I was. It was the summer before ninth grade or summer before 10th grade. Our baseball team was supposed to go to Puerto Rico. And we didn't go because it was a earthquake down there.
All right.
And I guess it shocked me that there were earthquakes in other countries.
Oh, really?
And it was like, I don't need to go down there. I can get an earthquake up here. What I need to go down there for? I mean, that's what I'm saying. As a young man, I realized like I'm just not really going to be a jet setter like that. Traveling abroad like that. That's just not my game. I have no interest in leaving outside American soil. Ever since that day, 30 years ago.
Because of an earthquake?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Puerto Rico was devastated. They were messed up like this. They were playing, if I'm not mistaken, their team came up to the United States the next year, and they had to do that for like the next 2 years. Like those kids didn't play down there for a while.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was just like ever since then, I've never had never had the interest of going somewhere like that. You're in a country with Sharia law. If I was a woman, I wouldn't go anyway unless I was with my man. You're under Sharia law, and that woman lucky she don't get stoned to death for talking to a man like that.
So hold on. Laws. And so tell me, to the best of your knowledge, the details of it, because I'm ignorant of the situation. So to the best of your knowledge,
pretty much what she just said. It's pretty much what you said. She got fly, got loud, and aggressive. Became an American Black woman in Dubai, and they snatched her up. They came and put the cuffs on her. You cannot. Only the only place where such behavior out of women is accepted is America. Black women becoming like that, becoming belligerent and loud and obnoxious. No other country accepts that out of their women. Not even in England, where they're supposed to be a Western country. And our ally, they don't even do that. Only American Black women can get away with that in America. You go other places, you don't get shit like this. And that woman's getting what she deserved because she should have known the territories that she was going into. You got to know, you got to know who you facing out there.
I don't know.
Like I said, I would have never went to a Muslim country like that.
I don't know that I would say she's getting what she deserved based on what what I heard just real quick. She basically yelled at somebody. I don't know that being locked up for, 2 months is what you deserve for that. Although,
yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
That defies the natural law of order. Women getting aggressive with men. The natural law of order doesn't permit that. No God, no God, no matter what your religion is, no God allows that, or would accept that. Women getting fly with men.
I don't like know.
That.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
They don't, and that's why she's getting what happened to you. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Only the American black woman acts like that, and that should let the black woman in America know that I got to switch it up.
I
You
reject.
see what other countries are doing.
I reject that only black women in America act like that. There's a whole lot of white women in America that act the same way.
Who got locked up?
It's not the point.
It is the point, because who got locked up in Russia?
No, but you said the only people who act like that are American black women, and that's just not true.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm sure that there are some white women that do the same.
A lot.
That do the same, yes. But in this particular situation, this woman is getting her comeuppance. When she comes home, she'll be a domestic servant to her man. She'll be very domesticated and friendly and very cooperative, because she realizes it wasn't necessary.
Hold on, you don't really believe that, do you? Wait, you don't really believe that, do you? You don't really.
Hold on,
stop.
I ain't come out here and lie.
You and I both know that if anything, this would make her more resolute in her obnoxiousness towards men once she finally gets home. Come on, you know that.
Brittany Griner stopped kneeling and talked about how much she loves America.
That's different. That's different.
It's not different. It was a black woman abroad wilding.
Oh, that's totally different. And
at the end of the day, it was a black woman abroad wilding. Yes or no?
No.
Oh, damn.
Now, based on what I heard.
Griner do?
Hold on. No, based on what I heard. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Who are we talking about? Brittany Griner or?
We're talking about both of them. Just right now, we're going to break it down to Brittany. What did she do?
My understanding was she had some CBD oil with her as she was going through customs.
So she was wilding.
That's not wilding. That is not. No, it's not.
Taking drugs to an airport is wilding.
No, it's not.
Okay. What is it? Is it good behavior?
It might be a lapse in judgment maybe not even that.
Judgment is wilding.
It might not even be a lapse in judgment if she's been allowed to do it previously, which I heard reported that's not something that she just did. It's something that they have allowed. So if it's something that she's been allowed to do previously, you wouldn't look at it and say, oh, she wilding by doing what they've allowed her to do for years.
No, they ain't allowed her to do that for years. That's a damn lie.
Look, I don't know what to be factual or not. I know what I heard reported.
You can go to the Lebanon Correctional Facility up 71, and 90% of them niggas been doing the same thing the whole time. And people was letting them do it according to them. They are innocent. Brittany's no different. Now we're talking about Shorty from Houston, who got caught over there in Dubai. Was she not wilding, yelling at a man?
That's not
wild.
According
to their law.
Well, according to their law,
to the laws of their country.
According to the law of their
country.
You
can get stoned for that.
No, according to the law of their country, she violated their law. I still don't know that I would consider that wilding. We might have a different definition of what wilding is. Because to me,
it's not wilding in America because we've been told to accept that behavior.
No. The reason why it's not wilding is because I don't look at wilding as just someone violating a law. That's not necessarily wilding. There are still laws about jaywalking, and just because you cross the street, too close to a crosswalk, don't mean you was wilding. You broke the law. Maybe it was a lapse in judgment. Maybe you didn't know the law, whatever. But you couldn't be like, oh, look at it. Look at those kids over there. They wilding.
For jaywalking.
Some people you can go to jail. You can go to jail for jaywalking. You can go to jail for anything.
You got other tickets when they jam you up.
No, you can go to jail for anything. They can arrest you for anything, bro. Come on, you didn't know that?
Exactly. If you know that here in America, why the hell would you front over in Dubai then?
I'm not. Maybe she didn't know what the law was. I don't know the details.
Ignorance is not a defense in no country,
and that's why I'm not defending her against violating the law. I'm saying that what you're saying, the way you're characterizing it, is she was wilding. I don't necessarily know that what I heard fits the definition, or at least fits my definition of what wilding is.
I remain
Here's my issue with you.
steadfast.
Here's my issue with what you're saying, Fang. And this is my only issue with what you're saying. I actually agree to the, probably 99% of what you're saying. But I don't like the way you're trying to characterize this black woman as somehow being some wild, out of control, horrible woman that's so much more wild and out of control than any other woman on the planet. That I don't like.
You're right. She's a goddamn criminal. Case in point, right?
Well, apparently in that country, yes.
Okay, then. That's all.
Okay.
That's all that more needs to be said about it.
Okay.
She's an unconscionable asshole, and she's getting her comeuppance is where I'll remain. And Mr. Livingston, it has been real. I enjoyed the conversation, and we should try this again sometime soon again, B. I'm not going to howl today, but I love you anyway, y'all. Be well.
All right, Fame. That's Fame. And again, I understood what he was saying. I agree. You go other countries, you got to know the law. She violated the law, apparently. She got caught up. I didn't like the characterization. The only black women in America do that, and she was wilding. And that part I didn't like. That part I didn't like. But other than that, you kind of have to agree with it. You kind of have to agree with it. Know where you're going, know what the rules are, know what the law is, and that's that. And that's that. And somebody said that he should watch his language because it's a little kid here. She can't hear any of that. Y'all is in this little thing here. This is where all the sound is coming out. So the only thing she hears is me. She hears my voice. And she's pretty good at ignoring that. So yeah, don't worry about that. It's fine. I appreciate y'all concern though, but she can't hear it. Let's see. What were we talking about? We were talking about, or at least I was kind of rambling about my me going to the music festival. How many of y'all going to the music festival? Or if you're not going to the music festival, why not? Are you not going to the music festival? Just, I ain't got no money, can't afford it. Are you not going to the music festival? I don't like the artists. Or are you like me and you're like, I might have outgrown it. I'm trying to think who they would have to have down there that I would be like, oh, I want to go. Oh, I'm going to go check that show out. They would have to have some big artists. One thing I agree with Lincoln, because I got a chance to listen to a good portion of the Lincoln Ware show today. I agree with Lincoln. I would go see Bruno Mars. Now, Bruno Mars is not going to go and play at the Cincinnati Music Festival. Bruno Mars is making way too much money touring as Bruno Mars. And my thinking is, you never know. He might, but I don't think Bruno is going to end up at the Cincinnati Music Festival. But if he did, I would go see Bruno Mars at the music festival. It would be a shortened version of his show because, they only get so much time. But that I would go check out. Trying to think any other artists that I would go see. Let's say if Stevie Wonder came there, I would go see Stevie. I've never seen Stevie Wonder. I want to see Stevie Wonder. I want to see Stevie Wonder perform. I'm going to have to, I was just talking to Mrs. Livingston about this. We're going to have to, find out Stevie Wonder's schedule, and I'm going to have to go see Stevie. Just period. Because I've never seen Stevie live. And I know he on the backside, but, I would still like to go see him perform. Other than that, who else? I mean, who would you be like, oh, they coming? I'ma be there. They coming? I'ma be there. I can't think of anyone else. I can't think of anybody else. Vincent says burned out on the fest. All right. John said, give Bruno 10 more years. 10 more years for what? before he's at the festival, or are you saying 10 more years before you would want to see him? I'm not sure what you're saying, but and Bruno Mars, I've watched some videos of him in concert. Bruno Mars puts on a excellent show. If you like his music, he puts on an excellent show. Even if you don't like his music, he puts on an excellent show. Jeannie says, not going to the Cincinnati Music Festival. Well, yes, we're going to the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame ceremony. So you're going to the white party. Watch the OJs and do the white party. Benita would love to see Stevie Wonder. Sierra says, I saw the Songs in the Key of Life anniversary concert and it was amazing. All right. Valerie, I don't know what you're talking about, Valerie. Daryl want to see Stevie Wonder too. Janet Jackson. I don't have a desire to see Janet Jackson, but she was there. Was it last year or year before last? Janet was at the festival. I think it was last year. It's crazy. They want to get the music festival here on the same level of Essence Fest, but Essence Fest is a 10 times more than our festival and is amazing to go to. I suggest everyone go at least once. It's a true 3 or 4 day experience. Never been. I'll be honest, I've never even considered going to the Essence Fest, and I know this is kind of short-sighted of me. But I always, in my mind, I guess because it's the Essence Fest, and Essence was like a woman's magazine, I always in my mind view it as a woman's event. Hey, that's the event where Janelle Monáe lift up her shirt and, let her breast come out and told people to suck her areola. I've always viewed Essence Festival as a woman's event. That women go in groups of women, or women, kind of make their man go with them. The men who ain't strong enough to say no. I know it's short-sighted of me. I know it is. But Essence Fest, even just saying that, it feels like a woman's event. Anthony Hamilton was there the year that Usher was there, because I saw him. I didn't like his background singers. Not that I didn't like them. I didn't like the way that they mixed his set. His background singers were louder than he was. I didn't like that. Keisha Cole. I've seen Keisha Cole at the festival. She's not, and it again, it's my perception of what the festival is. There wasn't a live band. It wasn't festival. Like, she sang the tracks and, it was okay. And again, I saw Usher at the festival the year that he was there, and he put on a 1/4 hearted show. It wasn't even half-hearted. Shahara talking about me viewing Essence Fest as a woman's thing, says I can totally see that. I thought the same thing actually, but when I went, I saw a ton of men there too. Some in groups of just guys, not with their girls, and they were having a good time. Where they Preston says, yes, Essence Fest is nice. It's the largest black festival in the country. Okay, but just because you're the largest don't necessarily mean, But again, I'm admittedly potentially short-sighted on the issue. CK.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
How you doing, sir? I'm good. Man, how are you?
Man, it's all right, man. I was watching your show on the telephone.
All right.
I got one of them telephones, one of them flat screen telephones. You can watch watch the podcast on the telephone. You ever had one of them?
Hold on. Did you say flat screen telephone?
I got a flat screen telephone you can watch. I'm talking about, man, I'll be watching all types of stuff on that, Mr. Livingston.
Oh, that's funny. You funny, CK.
But man, what? I'm telling you the truth though. You know I wouldn't lie. You feel me? You know I had to call in because you know about my girl Brittany Griner. You said take the D out.
Yes,
take the D out. You know, don't nobody know how to spell that girl name. That ain't the NBA.
Well, just think
That's
of her.
W.
She's a gay woman. Take the D out.
Yep. Grind. Yep. Damn. Now that's powerful. But this is why I told you, you don't trade the merchant of death for no NBA player. W. You know what I mean? The merchant of death. What the hell kind of trade was that? Now you got this innocent woman over there for yelling, locked up. We done got Brittany Grind out. Now who more valuable?
Between
That's why you don't let between her and her. You let the common folk out before you let the celebrity out. Now Biden gonna be hit with the what they call the favoritism, celebrity favoritism.
Well, I mean, everybody knows that to be a thing. Everybody knows, and for whatever reason, accepts that as just the norm. Celebrities, look, celebrities are better than you and me. Just if you don't know it already, just know it. Live with it, deal with it. Celebrities are better than you and me. They got more money, they get more attention, they get more women, or they get more men if they're women. Just it just is what it is. They get the perks, and we deal with whatever. You're not on the same level as a celebrity. I think most of America knows and accepts that.
I mean, you got a point. I would accept that, but it's okay, if you're gonna trade the merchant of death, it got to be somebody like LeBron or Money Mayweather, Muhammad Ali. I mean, come on now.
It's
just a bad trade.
I did not believe that they should have made that trade, even though
okay.
I understood that Brittany Griner, that was a whole political situation. I mean, even if she broke the law, she was in there, and that was a political situation. That wasn't over some CBD oil. That was the reason why they held her at that particular time. And, I guess it paid off for them. They got what they wanted out of the deal. I do believe that what's happening, in Dubai, again, I don't know anything about it, but just on its surface, it seems like a totally different situation. I don't know.
And that proved my point, though, from back then. Remember, I told you, if you just a regular woman and you get caught in Russia with that vape, your ass going down for 10.
No.
Only reason she out is because of her celebrity prowess.
No.
That's the only reason she out.
No, I think you're wrong. I think if you're just a regular person, you get caught over there the same way Brittany Griner got caught, you probably get a fine and told go home, maybe don't come back, or whatever. I think, again, it was political, and that's why she got the time that she got and all of that kind of stuff. That was political. I think more than likely, and again, with very limited information, I don't think that this is a political situation over in Dubai. But again, I don't know that for sure. But to my knowledge, Dubai is not at war with somebody that we're aligning ourselves with to basically be at war against Dubai. And they're using this woman as some sort of a bargaining chip or whatever. They're probably just following their allegedly archaic laws with regard to this woman.
Archaic. You just got caught. You just got caught in your archaic mind. I'm about to prove it. If Brittany Griner got locked up in Dubai last year for yelling in public and got 2 to 5 years, Mr. Livingston would be saying the same thing, which you would be saying, "Oh, this is a political move. They just doing that to her because she's a celebrity."
No,
But when it happened to regular folks, then you understand. No, it's not the celebrity. It's you, a human. Brittany Griner still has to obey laws. Just because she's a celebrity, don't give her the right to disobey a law.
no, I wouldn't be saying that. I would be saying, what's the law over there? And again, I've never been to Dubai. I've never been to Russia. So really all I can, maybe it's not all I can rely on, but I relied on the reports that I saw as they were reporting what people normally get for an offense like what Brittany Griner got. And it was nowhere in the same range. The reports that I saw were like, basically, this is a ticket and she's getting, 10 years, 20 years, whatever in prison for something that would normally be a ticket. So that said to me,
Right.
this is not about Brittany Griner and some CBD oil. This is about the United States, Russia, and a celebrity pawn. Whereas now, again, I'm just now hearing about this, and I'm sure there'll be some reports because I'm probably not gonna go researching the law in Dubai for what women get when they yell in public. I'm probably not gonna search that. But if I see a story and they're like, under normal circumstances, if a woman is convicted of this crime, this is what she gets, and then this woman's punishment is so far above that, I'm gonna be like, they're using her as a political pawn. But if they're like, this is normally what women would get for doing the same crime in that country, then I'm gonna be like, okay, she committed the crime and they got her.
Right. But just know, people that get caught with vapes in Russia, they do the time. She just got off because that was 10. That was just manipulation by her defense
Again,
team.
that is not
true what they
that
were
is
saying.
not what when I'm watching the news and I watched a number of different sources from the Associated Press, sources from Reuters, sources from Washington Post. Of course, I watched CNN, MSNBC, even Fox News. And what they were saying was, this is not a normal punishment for that crime when it came to Brittany Griner.
Now, if that's true, you're right. I reject it. If you're right, if that's true, if they just treating her like that because of who she was, but like you said, and it does have some merit because they did get the Trump card, the merchant of death out of it. So maybe you do have a point. But as far as this new woman in there, Biden bet to get on the ball, and who do we have left to trade for a Dubai hostage?
They might not need to trade anybody. They might, some diplomacy might work. Whoever the ambassador is to Dubai might go in there and talk to them and be like, look, in America, it's not the same difference. Like, come on, let's talk about this. Let this woman go, send her back to America and she'll never come back to Dubai. And, we apologize. Here's some Geta and, everything.
And remember, the lashes, he was sentenced to 6 lashes, but it got reduced to 4 lashes. And that's what I wanted to ask you. Would you take lashes over years in prison? Like if they say, we give you 4 lashes or 4 years in prison, which one you'll take in America?
I guess I would take the lashes if I got to take anything. Yeah, whoop. I'll take a whooping every day of the week over a punishment. That was lashes. Let's go. Let's get it over with.
Exactly. I think like you said, time is so valuable. We would take the deep slave lashes over them years in prison. Because those lashes is like you said, you can handle that, but that time you can't get back. Like you said, you could just go on and nurture the wounds, but I think 99% of the American public would take lashes. That's why we need to bring the lashes back over taking people's time.
Hold on. Let me think about that. I'm trying to think, would that be an effective crime deterrent? That basically you gonna get your ass whooped. You're gonna get caned on, what I'm saying, on Fountain Square, in the middle of public caning.
Ooh.
if you get caught committing, certain crimes. Do I really believe that would stop people from committing crimes? It would all depend on what the crime is. I don't think that's gonna stop people from doing like the drive-bys and stuff, the shootings and violent crimes that they're doing now. I do think that would stop people from like smash and grabs and stuff like that, busting out
Right.
people windows, vandalism, things like that. I think that would stop stuff like, not stop, but it would slow down stuff like that. You would have to really think like, oh man, they gonna cane me in Fountain Square if I get caught. Yeah, that would change some of that. Would I necessarily
Yeah.
be? I don't know though that I would necessarily be for that because I don't trust our justice system to mete out punishment in the right way. And you're gonna have all these black men lined up to get caned, and all of these white women who left their babies in the car to bake gonna be talking about what she's punished enough just thinking about what she did. I don't trust the justice system in America, in Ohio, in Hamilton County, in Cincinnati to mete out punishment fairly. So I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, man, I appreciate you done answered all my damn questions today, man. Hey, good ass show. Great show. And that last caller you had on, good God Almighty Jesus. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Great ass show. Keep the podcast alive. You hear me?
Thank you,
4
CK.
million. 4 million subscribers coming soon.
Oh, all right. I appreciate the call. 4 million coming soon. Y'all hear that? I'm only 3,997,912 away. oh boy. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. Let's see. Daryl says, when I was in Vegas, I found out that the famous Bellagio fountain was built using mob money that was under the floorboards of an old mafia casino where the Bellagio casino is sitting right now. If y'all seen that fountain, it cost at least millions of dollars to build, and that was the mob chump change. It's a nice fountain. And they do the shows out there, the little fountain. People line up to watch that. Me and Mrs. Livingston meant to go to the mob museum when we were in Vegas. They have a mob museum. We tried to go to a few different places that were closed. We missed the mob museum. We missed the it's not the haunted museum, but there's a museum of I don't remember what it's called. I call it the haunted museum, but it's like the museum of something or another, devils and ghosts and stuff. And we went down there and it was closed, so we missed a lot of that different stuff. We got to go back and check it out. But yeah, I it's some fascinating stuff. Oh, hold on. Got another call coming in. Blade,
What's up, man?
how you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good. Got a good show there going, man.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, man, your first caller, man, he was right about Dubai, man. Our women cannot go over there and act like that. They got kings and princes over there. They could have just, like you said, they could have just stoned her to death. She should be happy that they gave her a couple months in jail. I know you disapproved of that, but, we got to get standards back. Our community is on a low vibration, and I think you're okay with that.
Well, first, I never said that I disapproved. I disapproved of his characterization of her as, or of what I perceived his characterization of black women as basically the worst women on the black American women are the worst women on the planet. I disagree.
No, that ain't what he said.
I disagreed with that characterization. That was what I got from what he was saying. Now, again, I believe I said it, and if I didn't say it, then I misspoke. When you're in another country, you got to follow the rules. and you got to follow the laws of that country. You got to act like you got some sense. And I said I agree with 99 point whatever percent of what he's saying. I just didn't like that characterization of, oh, she was wilding. And he said, black women are basically the only black women who go and somewhere else and act wild. I disagreed with that.
I understand your perception, but that ain't what he was saying. He was saying for all women, but our women are just they overboard. And like I said, and like he was saying, she should be happy that she's still alive. Our women, some of our women are out of control. But I guess you okay with our women the way they act, but some of us not. Our women
what are you not
out of order.
Hold on, what are you not okay with?
If I was the king over there and she would have yelled at me, I probably would have stoned her a couple
But
times.
she didn't yell at the king. That's my understanding is she didn't yell at the king. She yelled at somebody who, and again, this is just from what I'm not familiar with the story, but I didn't see where she yelled at a king and, was up for stoning. She yelled at a delivery person who maybe didn't give her what she had ordered.
Well, it's very high. You need to check the laws over in Dubai. It's very high standard and very high quality that America lacks. That's why people like coming over here, especially when they see some of us on TV. And, certain men in other countries wouldn't deal with our women. But we have put up with it because we let our women and our children run our house.
What?
And I guess you okay with that.
Again, Blake, I'm asking you a simple question. I'm asking
ask
you,
the question.
What is it that our women, and by our women, I mean black women, what is it that you see black women doing that is so bad, but you don't see any other women doing it?
No, you're switching up, and that's not what he or me are saying. I said right about now, the culture of women are out of control. They disrespectful to the black man, and they always out here looking kind of ridiculous. You know that. I saw a female today. She had a pink wig on, flowing down to her knees.
But look,
what is going on there?
But let me tell you, Blake, I don't like that, right? I don't like the wigs. I don't like the fake nails. I don't like the eyelashes. I don't like the makeup.
And the hands.
But
I call them hands. It's the hands on their face, man. What's up with that?
I don't like that. But it don't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? What are they doing to hurt you? Because you don't like whatever the current fashion trend is. Doesn't mean our women are out of control. It just means you don't like that.
Hey, let me ask you something, King.
All right.
Why is it that, you kind of remind me of James Muhammad. Yeah, talk a lot and don't really say anything. Why is it that you are scared to admit that things are out of control right about now, and you don't want to make no kind of judgment whatsoever?
I'm asking you, what is, again, probably for the fifth time, what are black women doing that's out of control?
You're not to describe the way they act, the way they dress. What part of you don't understand, King?
I need you to explain it to me. I don't understand. I don't understand none of it. Explain it to me.
Our women need to look more presentable. Our women don't need to be out here with hands on their face and pink wigs on, King.
But my question becomes, how does that hurt anybody? I don't like it.
It hurts.
I don't like it.
It hurts them, King.
How?
Because we are scared to. We are scared to tell them you kind of look ridiculous right about now with them hands on your face
again,
and that pink wig flowing down like that.
Hold on, wait. I got to ask you one quick question. Were you just clapping? Were you just clapping when you said hands on her face? Hands on her face. Did you do that?
No, player. No, don't go there.
I thought I heard some clapping. I was just curious. But okay.
I'm outside the wind blowing.
Okay. But because hold on.
Because a woman can't go get a job like that.
Look, why not? People hire people with fake eyelashes all the time. People with fake eyelashes and pink hair get jobs. Probably better jobs than men. Black women financially are doing all right.
Maybe after dark jobs, but I don't think no daytime jobs.
Yes, daytime jobs.
I don't think so, King.
Yes, I'm telling you, you can go into any number of establishments and see women dressed exactly like that with, pink wigs and blue wigs and purple hair and green hair and all of that kind of stuff with those big ridiculous eyelashes and whatnot, and you can see them working. Now look,
Hey,
hold on,
King.
don't get me wrong, Blake, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I like it. I don't like it. I'm with you. I wish they wouldn't do it. But from the perspective of, morality or something like, that's more of a fashion thing than a moral thing. Now, if you like, hey, they got their cleavage showing, the bottom of their booty cheeks is sticking out of their shorts. And now I'm like, that's a moral thing from my perspective. But eyelashes,
let me ask you
that's
one more.
not a moral thing. That's a fashion thing.
It's both, but you don't want to admit. And let me ask you, King, why is it that our women are wearing all this workout gear and not working out, and the women that need the workout gear can't find it because the women that are not wearing the workout gear is buying all the workout gear?
There is no shortage of workout gear. Workout gear, again, this is a fashion thing, Blake. It's a fashion thing. Wearing them little yoga pants, stretch pants, whatever you want to call them, is the fashion now. Again, I don't like it. I don't think it's what I would think is professional attire, but people didn't like when I was wearing do-rags to work either. But who was it hurting?
It's hurting a lot, King. It's hurting my eyes because it's a lot hanging, not in the back, but in the front. Hey, have a good one. Peace out, bro.
All right. That's Blake. Look, I get what he's saying. I don't like it. I think I'm on record. As saying I don't like that stuff. I don't like them eyelashes. I hate them. But that's a fashion thing. Who are they hurting with their eyelashes? Eyelashes ain't assaulting nobody. It hurt to look at. Then don't look at it. I can't help but to look at it. Then it don't matter. Maybe they don't like your belly sticking out. Maybe they don't like, your George Jefferson hairline. Maybe they don't like, any number of things about you, the hair growing out of your ears. Why don't you shave that? Anybody can find any fashion thing to not like about somebody else, but that's not some sort of a moral judgment because because the latest trend is big, ridiculous eyelashes, because the latest trend is weirdly colored wigs or, different color nails. I'm all for being, critical about stuff that you can be critical about that, but to say that like our women are out of control, why? Because they wear them eyelashes. That's not out of control. That's just, I don't like it. Out of control is, are they doing this and they're doing that? They booties is hanging out. They titties is hanging out. They, you know what I'm saying? They inappropriate amount of skin is showing and all of that kind of stuff. And then, of course, that becomes a moral thing. And that depends on your values, whatever. But eyelashes, I don't like them. I want to be clear. I don't want women thinking, man, you're defending our eyelashes. Take that shit off. I don't like it. I would prefer bare-faced women. Natural. What's the natural texture of your hair? That's how you should wear it. You can style it however you want to wear it, but it should be natural. Why black women getting perms? They're out of control. Some of them want perms. Some of them want weave. Some of them want wigs. I would prefer, like I said, natural. Wash your face. I don't need you with eyeliner on that come out on the sides and, you know what I'm saying? I don't need all of that. You don't need no foundation. Well, my skin ain't even. So what? Rock your beautiful, uneven skin. That's the way I see it. But that's not being out of control because they wearing makeup. That's not being out of control because they wearing eyelashes. That's not our women are out of control because they... I think sometimes y'all a little too harsh on black women. Sometimes y'all a little too harsh on black women. And again, I did perceive that what Michael Saxton was saying was that black women are more out of control than any other, black American women are more out of control than any other woman on the planet. I did perceive that. And if that's not what he was saying, then okay, cool. But I don't like the way some of y'all come for black women. Caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller.
Oh, it's Jason. I thought
Jason.
that was when I got off. Before we get started, where's Key at? I ain't been told to like and hit subscribe in probably, 3 or 4 weeks?
I don't know where she at.
All right.
I hope she all right. Maybe
hopefully
she abandoned us.
Oh, my bad. Hopefully she listened and she go ahead and call in so we know what to do at the end of the show. But earlier you was talking about the drag queens, and I was working, so I didn't really hear everything, so I couldn't. I didn't want to misunderstand what you were asking. It basically is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You asked me why I agreed with it. Now, is it the law is they can't read at schools, or the law is they can't perform? That's what I was a little confused on.
Yeah, the law that they're proposing says that they can't perform outside of the quote unquote adult cabaret setting. So if they're performing anywhere where there's someone under the age of 18, that's a misdemeanor. If they're performing anywhere where there's someone under the age of 13, that's a felony. They can't perform. So again, and the way I think that they defined it is any person who dresses up as a gender that they were not born as and does any sort of performance. If there's a person under 13 that can see that performance, they have just committed a felony. So yes, if Tyler Perry comes as Medea and somebody take their 13-year-old daughter to see Medea's play, Tyler Perry just committed a felony.
Okay, I don't agree with that. I mean, I can see you wanting to protect the kids or whatever, but that's going a little bit too far, because you have the option not to take your kids to see whatever is being shown. I thought it was something like they can't do it in schools. Then I was gonna be all for it.
Yeah, no. It's anywhere. It's anywhere. It has to be kind of relegated to an adult cabaret type of performance.
I think they just pander until they like Democrats pander to who they gotta get the votes from, so the Republicans.
Yeah.
So they'll get over that. And as far as the chick in Dubai goes, she that's her fault. Like I don't feel sorry for any American that goes out and acts American in somebody's non-American country, especially a Middle Eastern country, because that's just a no-go. They don't even care what your government talking about. You can't have them until we finish. So I hope she learns a lesson when she gets out to keep that type of stuff, I guess, location appropriate. Does that sound right? Location appropriate? Because you could do it here. And the caller that said they don't do it in other countries. That's Western women, not just American black women. That's Western women culture to get lippy and just go off the handle just because they can.
Lippy.
I don't know how. I don't know. I don't want to get banned off of.
And again, I'm not 100% sure what happened. I'm not 90% sure. I'm not 40% sure. I read something, and I've read two different things now. So I don't know what happened. This was literally just brought to my attention. And I don't know what happened to say she was getting lippy. So I can't say. But the first person that sent it to me said it was a delivery person who, I guess, delivered some stuff, and they didn't deliver everything that she was supposed to get. And she kind of yelled at them about where's the rest of her stuff. To me, I guess over there that would be considered getting lippy. But here that would just be simple, asking for good customer service.
That ain't no asking for no. Yeah, well, hopefully she learned her lesson and keep all the comments, or at least keep her tone to herself. Like, she probably could have asked him a little nicer, like, I'll order some other stuff. Do you have that too? He could have been like, no, and that would have been the end of it. But she probably wanted to get extra lippy, and he wasn't having it. Because, over there, they don't play that. What? A woman? Like, it wasn't too long ago that some of them countries, they didn't care if you was a woman from there or not. You better have a hijab on when you come out that house.
Jason, would you be okay with that being the law over here? Women couldn't get lippy?
So what, reset the country like all the old white men want to make America great again before domestic violence was a rule?
I mean, just period.
And they
like
technically couldn't get lippy?
Would you be okay with it if, just the standard here in America was women, shut the fuck up?
That's not funny. I'm gonna go with no, just in case somebody recognizes my voice. So no is gonna be my answer. That's just, it's like, I believe you should be able to voice yourself, but like, some people just get carried away and go too far, and then it's like you being very disrespectful right now. And some people only know how to deal with disrespect by laying hands on you. And I know what you say: don't put your hands on me unless you're ready to go the distance. And that person might actually be ready to go the distance, all because you couldn't keep your mouth in check. So see, that's a whole situation that could have been avoided.
Okay.
CK had said something, it made me laugh. He was talking about the Brittany Griner getting traded for the Merchant of Death.
Yes.
It kills me that a lot of people, like, it's funny, they don't know America is the real Merchant of Death. We are the biggest arms dealer on the market, and it always made me laugh that they had dude locked up because he sold weapons to who they said he couldn't. So basically, they took their competition out, so he couldn't sell to who they said couldn't have no weapons unless they said they got weapons.
Okay, so that's one way to look at it. Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way I can look at it. That might just be my twisted view, but you can't lock your competition up and then trade him for some big tall dude or lady or whatever she is.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think, was there anything else on the show? Yeah, that was about it. I don't know why dude called with his not mad at black people or black women ran either. Like, he has obviously never spoken to an angry Latino woman, because you want to talk about going the distance. They're going to go the distance, switch languages, come back, cuss you out twice, and be very loud about it.
Or an angry white woman. Angry white women are out there in epidemic proportions.
Well, they should be mad. I mean, they voted for Trump, and now they can't have their way with their own bodies, but that's of their own downfall. That's their own doing. But I don't really care about them. I'm just like, I just pointed them out because they be spicy with it. I'm not pointing it out in a bad way, like, oh, Latino women is ghetto and all that. I'm just pointing out that they are by far, you're going to get way more from them than a black woman, an angry black woman, as they call them.
All right.
But that's all I have for today.
All right, Jason. Hey, I appreciate your call.
Thanks. Key, call in. Bye.
All right. He want Key to call in. Yeah, I'm bringing up white women. And it's not an anti-white woman thing. It's a people are people thing. So y'all say stuff, and I know y'all don't be meaning it the way that it could easily be taken. But people listen to it, and they take it the way that y'all say it, and not necessarily the way that y'all mean it. So you're like, oh, you think black women are angry? What about Latino women? And then I'm like, what about white women? Well, yeah, but I'm not concerned about them. No, white women are angry. You deal with an angry white woman. I ain't even talking about relationship. I ain't never been in no relationship with one. But I done seen and dealt with some angry white women hollering and screaming and going bonkers. And to kind of put it out there like black women and Latino women are worse than white women when it comes to anger. No. Key.
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? How are you?
I'm doing good. And you?
Okay, I see people thinking about me.
Yes.
Hey, Jason, I'm called in. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff.
All right, Key, you going to the festival?
No.
Why not?
Um, for one, I don't like the heat like that, and I just haven't
Okay.
really been into it for years.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like the crowds and especially with all these shootings and stuff, I'm just not feeling it for some reason.
Okay.
What
That's
about you? You ain't feeling it either?
no, I'm not feeling it at all. And I don't mind the
Yeah.
heat. I don't like crowds, but I don't mind crowds. Uh, not all that big on the artists that are there, but it's a few I would go see. Like I said, I think I just outgrew it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me too. It's just like I haven't been in years. But like you said, I wouldn't mind seeing Bruno, but not at the festival, like in some kind of other setting.
Yeah. Yeah. I might go catch a Bruno show somewhere that's not Cincinnati or surrounding there, somewhere on the West Coast.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I might
cool.
do that. I might do that.
Okay. How
Key,
the shirt printing coming? What that say you got on?
this is a St. Jude shirt. This one say this
Oh,
t-shirt
okay,
saves
St. Jude
lives.
for the raising money. Did you win? Did you get in on that raffle to win that house?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Even though one of these days I'm gonna buy a ticket, not necessarily to win the house, but just to support St. Jude. And that's one way to do it. And you never know. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though
That's what
I never trust raffles and stuff. I always think they're rigged. I've even
yeah.
been a part of because when I was coaching up at Hamilton Little Blue, we would do raffles for stuff, and I even being a part of it, I'm like, if I can't see stuff that's going on 100% of the time, I think this might be rigged. So I just never trusted raffles.
Yeah, well, you know that when they talk about St. Jude on the news, that's what they mostly talk about is the raffle. That's why I was saying you get in on that raffle because like on some platforms they show like a St. Jude commercial and talk about the kids, but they always talking about that raffle to win that house.
Key,
And then they show the inside of the house and say what it's gonna look like and everything else.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Key,
Hey, Miss Brenda Early.
I gotta ask you a question. First, let me
What's up?
ask you, and if you don't want to answer, don't answer. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
How old a woman are you?
I'm not gonna answer just because your stalker is my stalker.
What can you give me like a range? Are you older than 35 or younger?
I'm younger than you. Let's put it like that.
Okay. I want you to know. CK says.
Oh Lord, see what I'm saying?
I'm just
That's
telling
what I say. I got your stalkers, and then CK. I wish you well, but I didn't like some of the comments he be saying about GC. And your stalkers. Some of the comments he be saying about when I be calling, you better get out of here, Emanuel.
Look,
you know who I got my eye on, Dave Stinger. he done DM'd me, so Dave Stinger said,
I can't.
Dave Stinger reached out to me, and he said that he like how I talk and stuff and what I'm doing on your platform and promoting you and stuff like that. So
you
Dave,
won't
let everybody know that Dave Stinger is trying
So just so I'm clear,
got close.
Just so I'm clear, you like the D.
That's
what
I know you like saying.
That's what I call my man Dave Stinger. I call my man Dave Stinger. He is the D, and so you saying you like the D.
No, what I'm saying is, Dave, you let everybody know, CK and whoever else, messaging you that Dave Stinger, he reached out to me. So,
all right.
So I'm kind of out of the running because Dave Stinger and wink.
Well, no, I don't know who stalks you and who don't. I don't get to see the threads the way that they come in.
Yeah, your stalker. That always come. Your stalker. That was my stalker too.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's some of the stuff people say. I'm like, oh Lord.
Well,
but that's what's going on. But other than that, you're gonna be on tomorrow.
I plan on it. Yeah.
Okay. You doing good? Your shirt business going good? Did you get that color in yet? I know you said you're gonna change the color on the TikTok.
No, I didn't get the color in yet. And I think I'm gonna switch it out. That was a water-based print that I did. So I think I'm gonna switch it out and do a plastisol print, which will be a much more vibrant color. And water-based is a little more muted, and plastisol is a much more vibrant. So I think I'm gonna switch it out. I'm gonna do a plastisol print on it. I believe I'm gonna be hitting those on Friday. So it might not actually be on Friday because I have a person coming over to maybe do an order, but he wants to kind of check out the shop and the way everything goes. So we gonna go through, and I guess the short story is I'll be printing the shirts on Friday with him watching so that he can see how the whole process works, because he wants to do an order, but from time to time that happens. So yeah, he'll be over on Friday, and so I might not be on Friday.
Oh, okay. Andre, you know who Andre is? They saying, hey, that ain't one of a miscellaneous for somebody else, is it?
I have no idea who Andre is.
Okay.
But he's a part of the family, so
Okay, well, hey anybody. Okay, well, everybody like, comment, subscribe. Jason, I called in because you shouted me out or whatever. I'll be listening. I might not call all the time, but I'll be listening.
All right.
So everybody out, enjoy the rest of your day. And Emmanuel, I talk to you. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You do the same, Key. I appreciate you. All right. That's Key. She say the D reached out to her. All right. See, y'all be thinking I'm Dave Stinger. I don't understand how y'all don't know that there's a difference. If I could get him in the studio to sit next to me, y'all still be like, no, you was using some sort of visual effects. We're like, no. Pamela says, so do you rent out your t-shirt shop facility to other businesses? No, because it's right there and over there and in there. No. But this is somebody who I know him. He's almost a relative, but not really. I don't know how to make that make sense. He's almost a relative, but not really. So, what I'm saying? He can come over to the house, and I know he wants to do this order, but he also wants to see the process. I think he might think I'm trying to charge him too much. And I'll be telling him about the process like, bro, this is the process. I told him, look, here's what you do. You design your shirts, right? Go on Custom Ink. Put in the number of shirts that you want, the different colors and all of that kind of stuff. See how much they gonna charge you. I told him, go to Canva. Design your shirt. Put your design in there. Click the thing that says print t-shirt. See how much they gonna charge you for the shirt. They not trying to get over. That's how much it costs to do this. And I'm charging you less than both of those. So I have, I can, because I can. So, and he like, well, I need to see the process. And I'm like, all right, come on over. I don't know that I would do that for anybody else. But like I said, because he's kind of related, but kind of not, I'll let him do it. I might actually, I see where Sierra said have him come in between 10 and 3. Actually, he will be here at 10, and it takes a long time from legit start to finish. Because what I'm going to do is I got some screens that I got to reclaim. I'm waiting till Friday. So when he gets here at 10 o'clock, we're going to reclaim screens. We're going to let them dry. We're going to print out the artwork. We're going to coat the screens. We're going to burn the screens. We're going through the whole process. So we might not be done by 3, but we might. And then I'll have him, hopefully sit here and go on the air with me. So, but all right. I think that's about it. My time is up. I got to get ready to get out of here. I got this little baby. I got to get this little baby out and do something. We supposed to be dancing. Me and the little baby going to be dancing, right? Right? We going to dance. She used to dance with me when she was little, but she don't ever want to dance with me no more. She don't want to dance with me no more. So she going to dance with me. Did you pick the music? So then I'm picking the music. All right. Yeah, we gonna dance. I haven't danced with her for, it's been well over a year or so. So we gonna do some dancing. She's saying she don't want to dance, but I don't care if she want to dance. She dancing. Get him in there and prove us wrong. I'm gonna try to get my man Dave, the D, in the studio. Let me see. I want to go through. Well, don't worry about if we two-stepping or not. Don't worry about it. We gonna dance. We gonna dance, and she gonna like it. But no, I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I think that's about it. I was about to say something profound. I'll be saying profound shit, but y'all be acting like it ain't as profound as it is. So I was about to say something profound, but I thought I'll hold my profoundness until tomorrow. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I'm Emanuel Livingston. This is the Afternoon Experiment. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope something amazing, life-changing in a good way happens to you before this day is over. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.